Hey, this is Scott from Simple Musician Academy, and I want to thank you for checking out this video. Look, if you can, real quickly for us, if you're enjoying these videos that we're bringing to you, could you go down there to the bottom and give us some thumbs up? But also, if you could you subscribe to our channel? Listen, it helps us, but also what it does is it keeps you connected to everything that we're putting out. And by the way, make sure you follow us on Facebook, on Instagram, and on X. And also make sure you go over to simplemusicianacademy.com and you check out all of the courses that we have and all of the material that we provide on our website. Look, you are our best advertisement. So if you are enjoying what we're doing and you like the way we teach and deliver this musical education, please, please, please recommend us to your friends and your family. We appreciate it. So today we're going to learn Clocks by Coldplay. One of the coolest piano songs out there. I have to tell you, this is one of my favorites, and I'm excited to get to teach it to you. Great tune. I would say on a piano level, this is actually one that's probably up there in the between, if you were to rate these between 1 to 5, beginner being 1, man, I would put this almost up there in the bracket of a good 4 to 5. Like, this is a really harder song to learn, but it's not overly difficult. One of the things that you'll find is that a lot of times in songs is that there's a lot of repetitiveness in the chord progressions. And this is one of those songs. This is one of those songs that obviously the writer, the lead singer of Coldplay, he had this really cool progression that he decided to do, and he kind of like used it in several different ways. The same progression, but just changing it up a little bit as to how he addressed it in different parts of the songs. Believe it or not, the bridge is the only part of the song that has different sets of chord progression going on in it. The rest of the song is literally one progression played through the entire song. So, hey, applaud him for that, because I have to say, like, that does make it a little bit easier. And this is one of those songs I always admire. There's several artists that have always caught my attention through the years in their writing, and Coldplay is one of them. Another one that we will possibly maybe do a song of at some point is Alanis Morissette, another super creative writer that does some very simplistic things, and yet really tries to take advantage of changing the melody under the same chord progressions all the way through the song. And this is kind of one of those. So this song in particular is actually in the key of A flat. So we're out of the key of C. Yay. All right. So we're going to be dealing with some black keys in this song. And actually it's kind of cool the way this song is done, because the black keys, I think, actually are helpful tools in being able to play this song. And you'll understand when we start working on it here. So it's going to be in the key of A flat. Our primary chords that we're using in this song are an E flat. So let's just get what the chord breakdown is. We've got E flat. E flat is made up of E flat, G, and B flat. Okay. Then the next chord we're going to use is a B minor, or B flat minor. So we're going to have B flat, B flat, D flat, F. There's your B flat minor. Okay. And then we're going to use an F minor. And so the F minor is going to be built up of F, A flat, C. Okay? Those are our three primary chords that are being used within the intro, the verse, and the chorus. Okay? Again, the bridge is the only part of the song that really has something different in its chord progression. And we'll introduce it when we get there. So, this song is using two things to it. For one, it's using inversions, which we've talked about before. And the other thing it's doing is it's using arpeggios. Yes, and we said arpeggios is when you take a sequence of notes and you basically make a loop, or you cycle through them. You create a melody out of them, okay? And they repeat the pattern. That is what an arpeggio is. So in this song, what they're doing is they're taking, let's just take a look, they're taking the E flat chord, okay, and your chart will be up there on the screen with you. They're taking the E flat chord and they're putting it in the first inversion position. Okay, so there it is. The G is actually at the bottom and the E flat is at the top. Okay, and then they're going to the B flat minor, which is going to also be in that first inversion position. There it is. Okay. And then they're going to go to the F minor in root position. Okay. So let's hit those chords again. And notice right now we're playing with our right hand up in the upper register. And you're going to find that that's going to be kind of important when we do the intro opening of how this song works. So let's go back to that E flat. Then let's go to the B flat minor. And then let's go to the F minor. Okay? Now, let me suggest in your right hand, your chordings, I would recommend is that in the E flat position that you're using, and let me try to single out my fingers there for you, that you're using your ring finger or your fourth finger, and then using your two finger, your pointer, and then using your thumb on the G, okay? And let's just do a little arpeggio roll. So they're starting from the top and rolling down, okay? The top note rolling down. So they're going 1 and a 2 and a 3 and, okay? And that's the count. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and, okay? And just so you know, 1 and a and 2 and a is a triplet, okay? It's a triplet sequence that happens. If you've not done the percussion, or if you've not done the counting class yet, I highly recommend it. That is a good video for you to take to learn your rhythms. But this is a triplet that we're introducing, and it's going, so anytime you hear that count, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a, anytime you hear that where you have the count, the and the that's a triplet count, okay? So we're going 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 1 and a 2 and a 3 and, okay? Let's try that together. I'm going to count it out. 1, 2, ready, go. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 1, 2 and a 3 and 1. Kind of feel how that's going, and now the melody's starting to kick in. You're going, I've heard that before. Yes. Okay. Now, just so you know, the song is actually in a 4 count. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that actually is what our time signature is. It is a 4 count. Okay, so we're going 1 and a 2 and a 3 and, okay, then when we hit that 3 and, we're going to change to the B flat minor. Now, in this fingering position, let me tell you, fingering is going to be important playing this song in these arpeggios, because you want to be able to get to these chords pretty quick. So if you notice, when we do the B flat minor, all we're doing is we're going to move from the E flat, we're going to move to the D, and it's going to be B flat, and then our thumb is going to move from this G and go over to the F. So kind of feel how that position moves. See the E flat? And now we're going to move over to that B flat. So, yes, and if you notice, the B flat is shared in both of those chords, okay? We're only moving 2 notes, and we're only changing really 1 fingering because our thumb is just moving over from G to F, okay? So it's da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and then we're changing and going ba-da-da-da-da-da-da, okay? So try that. 1, 2, ready, go. E flat, B flat minor. Okay? Let's try it one more time. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay? And then we're going to play that again, the B flat. It gets 2 measures worth of counts. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and then we're going to go to the F minor. And the F minor, if you notice, your thumb is already on F. We're going to move our index finger over 1 black note to the A flat, and then we're going to take our ring finger and bring him back in on the C, and we're going to roll those 3 notes. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and... Okay, try that. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and... Try that again. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and... Okay, one more time. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and... Okay, perfect. So let's try to piece that together. Let's go up to the top, and we're going to walk through that. And again, we're just doing the right hand. Yes, just the right hand, which means the left hand is supposed to do something. So here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 1 and a 2 and a 3 and... Come on. Give yourself a little bit of applause there. If you're able to do that, that's pretty good, even if you flub through it a bit. Getting those transitions. Okay, let's try it again. 1, 2, ready, go. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 1 and a 2 and a 3 and... Okay? All right. Now, our left hand is going to come in and mimic the same thing, okay? Now, I will tell you, in the left hand, there's some different ways that you can actually do this. Okay, for me, this is what has been comfortable when I sat here kind of playing with this song. For me, I was taking my index finger to reach the furthest up to that D flat, or I mean up to that E flat. I was using my ring finger to come down to the B flat, and I was using my pinky to go to the G, and I was rolling those. That's comfortable for me. Now, if you're like, I'm not sure about that, then try to figure out what works best for you. I've seen some people do it where they use their thumb, they kind of get up in the keys and roll it this way, using basically their 1, their 3, and their 5, okay? That's your call. Again, as I've told you, I have fatter fingers, and to me, this feels a little bit more comfortable. And what you're doing is you're queuing those up together. You're literally playing each note together, which is giving it this really bold sound. Okay? The other thing I'll tell you is, and we haven't really talked about this much, this is probably one of the first songs that we've done this, but your pedal, your sustain pedal, if your keyboard has it, your sustain pedal, when we push it down on this chord, if you notice, if I don't push it down, the notes are very staccato and they're very broken up, okay? But if I engage the pedal at the beginning of this chord structure and do it, I get this nice overtone that hangs over, right? Almost has this bell quality to it. And so this is a great song to start learning how to introduce that. And one of the things that you'll know with the pedal, which I should probably do just a class on that, but is that the pedal, you use it a lot of times in changing it, you change when you change your chord. Now, some songs, you may hold it down longer because you want to blend some of those chords. It's a very artistic choice that you have to make. But more times than not, we actually adjust the pedal, we lift it up and reset it when we do a chord structure change, because we want those notes to collaborate together, okay? So, in this case, let's go ahead and try that if you can. You'll engage the pedal when you start. 1, 2, ready, go. And then when we go to the change to the B flat, we'll lift and re-engage it. Now, our fingerings, let's go back to that. Our fingerings, I'm going to choose to go with what I was going to do, and that is my index finger, my ring finger, and my pinky on G. And then when I go to the B flat minor, I'm actually moving over and I'm using my index finger, now my middle finger on the B flat, and then my pinky there on that F. And then when I finish with the F, you'll notice that I'm using my index finger, I'm using my ring finger, and my pinky to finish those out. Okay, that's what feels comfortable to me. I like it that way, but again, you do what feels most comfortable to you. You may find that it feels much better to do it a different way. That's what works for me. That's what I like. All right, so basically that's what the intro does. The intro just plays this riff going through this sequence. So it goes ba-na-na-na. Repeats it. Okay, then we get to the verse. The verse, now here's the thing. In this arrangement that I'm making, I am actually creating this arrangement in the sense that you would sing along with the song, and you're using this arrangement more as an accompaniment arrangement, okay? This isn't like a solo, like an instrument playing the melody type of arrangement where you're going to put the melody in the right hand throughout the song, okay? So with that, I'm trying to really cover what I believe was probably happening in the song when they recorded it from the piano position. So when they get to the verse, they're going to do that E flat, which is going to be a second inversion, or at least that's what I'm using. So I'm going to use E flat in this position. And then in the bass, I'm going to play an E flat, bum, 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 okay? So to go bum, bum, bum. And I'm literally playing those notes 1 into 2 into 3. 1 into 2 into 3. Okay, I'm hitting those chords basically where that pulse is happening, on the 1 into 2 into 3. And then it's going to go to the B flat minor. And if you notice, to get to that B flat minor, my thumb is already on the B flat, and I'm just going to move over to it right there. It's right there in the same position. And that's going to happen for 2 measures. And then we're going to get that F minor. And that's where I'm going to do my F minor, because that's the closest inversion for it. So I'm going to do it right there. So if you notice, it's just walking down. Dun, dun, da, 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 da. Ba, 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 da, ba. Ba, 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 da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Kind of feel how the pulse is moving. So let's try that again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2 and 3. Da, 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 da. 1, da, 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 da. Okay? You feel how the rhythm is moving? Ba-da-ba. You're hitting where those hits are at. And again, if you listen to the music, you'll notice that the drummer is actually putting the pulse right there on his snare where we're actually making those transitions. Okay? It's rhythmically coming together in that. Okay? Then the chorus goes back to that opening intro lick. There you go. Okay? Then it goes into verse 2. Verse 2. Bum, dum, dum, da, 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 da. Bum, 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 da, 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 da. Okay? Beautiful. So that gives you an idea there, okay? Then it's going to go back into the chorus, and then it's going to go into an interlude. And the interlude here is doing the same chord progressions, except we're doing a different arpeggio melody in the right hand, okay? So let me show you what that is. Up in this top register, okay, this melody, you'll notice we wrote it out there. It's A flat, G, E flat. That's going to happen da 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 da. And notice it's the same arpeggio rhythm that we did for the chorus and the intro. Okay? So rhythmically it's still the same. We just changed up the notes a bit. So it's A flat, G, E flat, da da da, and it's a descending arpeggio. Okay? Ba da 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 da. Okay, so that's what the first measure does. The second measure, you're going to like this. The first two notes stay the same. We just move the bottom note over from E flat to D flat. So it's A flat, G, D flat. And then we repeat that again. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. And then one more time, we drop that bottom note from D flat, and we drop it to C. So kind of see how the sequence is going there? So let's try that together. Okay? Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Kind of flubbed up a little bit there. My fingers kind of get in the way. If you notice, I'm keeping the same fingers in the top, and I'm literally just moving my thumb down. Okay? If you need to, pause this and kind of break that down, okay? Because sometimes it's a little tricky and you need to kind of go through it a few times to get that motion going, okay? Now, then what you're going to do is in the left hand, you're going to add only the bass note of what that chord progression is. So the chord progressions that we were doing were E flat, B flat, B flat, and then F, E flat, B flat, B flat, then F, okay? So if you put those together, Okay? Man, I'm telling you, these fat fingers get me every time. Always those mystery notes that come in. All right. Same thing with your pedal. You can engage and release that pedal as you're making each one of your left-hand notes change, because that's where your chord structure is changing. Okay? So that's what that interlude does. All right. Then it goes back into the chorus, which is... Okay? Now, one of the things I'll tell you, when I do the chorus, I only do the octave matching chorus in the intro and in the first chorus. In the other choruses of the song, I actually go ahead and do it my right hand down here in the middle register, and I follow the bass line of the chord patterns in my left hand. Yeah, I end up doing that, and so it's... And if you want to be fancy, I saw you saw, we're like, what did you just do there? If you want to be fancy, you can do a walk down. And so you can do an E flat, B flat, B flat, A flat, G, and then get to the F. So the walk down is B flat, A flat, G, and then it gets you to the F. Okay? And you can do that with each one of your arpeggios. Yeah. That's kind of a cool little add-in that you could do to it, okay? So it could go ba-na-na-na-na-na. Okay? Nice little movement there. All right, then we're going to get to the bridge. Now the bridge is pretty simple, believe it or not. We're adding in a new chord, and that is G flat. Okay. Now G flat is normally G flat, B flat, and then our D flat. Okay. Obviously in your chords it's showing F sharp major, and I apologize for that because I need to change what the key is that we're actually in. You know, I'll have to probably do that with a different lesson because I apologize for that. It should be showing a different one. Anyways, so we're going to end up playing the G flat in there. Okay. So the G flat, what it does is it goes G flat, and it's that same rhythm. Now, if you noticed when I wrote this out in the bridge, it says G flat, and then it's got a 3, 3, and then a 2. Those numbers in this particular situation are representing what the count is. So these G flats, we're going to play those with that same rhythm, which we said was a triplet, triplet, and then 2 count, okay? So 1 and a 2. So there's the triplet. 1 and a 2 and a 3, and 1 and a 2 and a 3. And if you notice, it's the same rhythm of... We're just playing the chord now straight instead of arpeggiating it. Nothing else compares, for nothing else compares. So let's follow what that's doing now. We're going G flat, and this is an inversion of it, okay? This is actually going to be the second inversion of it. And then we're going to go to the root of D flat. And because we're right there already using two of those notes for the F minor chord, the only note that we need to change is taking the D flat to the C to get to that F minor. Okay? Again, hence why inversions are so nice to have. Okay? So we're going to go ba 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 na na D flat to the F. Ba ba da na 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 na. And that's another thing you can do if you want to be fancy. You can do a walk up this time. Up to the F, which is a D flat, up to an E flat F to get you to the F. Okay? So let's try that. 1, 2, ready, go. Bum, da 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 da. Ba da 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 da. Ba 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 da 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 da. And it does it 4 times. Ba 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 da 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 da. Then it just plays the E flat or the G flat, and we play that for 4 measures. Then back to the intro. Okay? So it's going to go back to that. Then it's going to go back into that interlude that's got the second arpeggio sequence. Okay? And then the very last one that they do to conclude the song, it's just laying it nice and smooth. So laying it nice and smooth means don't necessarily do the bounce of the rhythm, but just go. And then you end it that way. Okay? Perfect with it. All right. So there you go. That's clocks for you. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to play with it through the song and kind of get a feel of how it would play out. All right?
Lights on.
great job. Man, you should be so proud of yourself. What a awesome song, but yet very difficult. You did great. So enjoy that, have fun, serenade your family, play it at your next party. Again, we want to thank you for checking out our video. Make sure, again, you go down and you give us a thumbs up if you've enjoyed this video, and be sure to subscribe to us.